How do you solve a problem like Taiwan? To understand why three of the most powerful forces in Asia are currently in a standoff over a single island the size of Maryland, we need to go back. Way back. To a time when China wasn't really China yet. Who's in charge here? I am. No, I am. Excuse me, I am. There are 40 of us. Yes. This is going to be a problem. For most of its history, China was a civilization constantly at war with itself. Dynasties rose, dynasties collapsed, and whoever was left standing got to call themselves emperor. It was essentially a very violent game of musical chairs, except the chairs were provinces and the music was screaming. But by the 1600s, a new dynasty had taken control. The Qing. And they were doing pretty well for themselves. We have unified China. Congratulations, Your Excellency. We have the largest population on Earth. Remarkable. We have vast territories stretching in every direction. Truly magnificent. What about that island over there? Which one? That one. Across the strait. Oh. Taiwan. There's some indigenous people on it and a bunch of Dutch traders. Get rid of the Dutch. Done. Make it ours. Done. Wonderful. Now put it in the corner and forget about it. Also done. And so Taiwan became a quiet, largely ignored corner of the Qing Empire. For about 200 years, nobody particularly cared about it. Then Japan showed up. By the late 1800s, Japan had gone through its own dramatic transformation. After centuries of isolation, they'd looked at what Western colonial powers were doing to Asia and made a very reasonable decision. We should do that. Do what, Your Excellency? The conquering thing. Ah. But faster. And better. Understood. In 1894, Japan picked a fight with China over Korea. The war lasted about 9 months. It did not go well for China. How are we doing? We're losing. How badly? Catastrophically. How catastrophically? They sank our entire navy. All of it? Every single ship. Perhaps we should discuss peace terms. China surrendered. And in the Treaty of Shimonoseki, Japan got Korea, a large chunk of Manchuria, a financial payment so enormous it nearly bankrupted China, and Taiwan. Just like that, Taiwan changed hands. The Taiwanese were not consulted. Excuse me. Nobody asked us. Correct. We'd like to be independent. No. We're declaring ourselves a republic. That's adorable. We'll be there in 2 weeks. Japan colonized Taiwan for the next 50 years. They built railways, schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. They also brutally suppressed any resistance, executed indigenous leaders, and made very clear who was in charge. It was colonialism. Very efficient colonialism, but colonialism nonetheless. Meanwhile, back on the mainland, China was having what historians politely call a difficult period. The emperor is gone. Who's in charge? Nobody. So what do we do? I suppose we have a civil war. Obviously. 2 factions emerged fighting for control of China. On one side, the nationalists, called the Kuomintang, led by Chiang Kai-shek. On the other, the communists, led by Mao Zedong. They hated each other with a burning passion. However, they hated Japan more. So when Japan launched a full-scale invasion of China in 1937, they agreed to temporarily stop killing each other and start killing Japanese people instead. Truce? Truce. This doesn't mean I like you. Understood. I think you're a disaster. Likewise. Shall we? Let's. World War II in Asia was extraordinarily brutal. Japan occupied huge swaths of China, committed atrocities on a massive scale, and generally made itself the most hated country in the region. Then in 1945, America dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan and the war ended very suddenly. We surrender. Finally. We're giving back all occupied territories. Including Taiwan? Including Taiwan. So who do I belong to now? Hello? Taiwan was handed back to Chiang Kai-shek's nationalist government. Which would have been fine. Except Chiang Kai-shek was about to have a very bad few years. The moment Japan surrendered, the nationalists and communists immediately resumed their civil war like 2 people who'd pressed pause on an argument to deal with a house fire and then immediately resumed the argument the moment the fire was out. Right. Where were we? I was about to defeat you. Right. Carry on then. The civil war went badly for Chiang. Despite having more soldiers, more weapons, and American support, his government was corrupt, his army was demoralized, and Mao's forces were extremely motivated. By 1949, Mao had won. He stood in Tiananmen Square and declared the People's Republic of China. China is ours. Hooray! All of China. Hooray! Where's Chiang? He fled to Taiwan. With what? 2 million soldiers, most of China's gold reserves, and basically every piece of art from the National Museum. He took the art? All of it. Get him. Chiang Kai-shek retreated to Taiwan with the remnants of his government, his army, and his absolute conviction that he was the rightful ruler of all China and would one day reclaim the mainland. Mao had the same conviction in reverse. Both men declared themselves the legitimate government of China. Both men were extremely serious about this. I am the real China. I am the real China. I have the art. I have the billion people. Okay, but I have the art. Mao began preparing an invasion of Taiwan to finish the job. He had the numbers, he had the momentum, and he had every reason to believe this would be over quickly. Then something happened that changed everything. Korea. We're a little busy right now. War. Not now. America is involved. Fine. The Korean War broke out in 1950 and America, suddenly very concerned about communist expansion in Asia, parked the 7th Fleet in the Taiwan Strait. The message was simple. You will not be invading Taiwan today. Excuse me? Or tomorrow. This is outrageous. There's an aircraft carrier pointing at you. We'll discuss this later. America's intervention froze the conflict. Taiwan survived. And over the following decades, something remarkable happened. Under Chiang and later his son, Taiwan transformed from a military dictatorship into one of the most successful democracies in Asia, with a booming economy, advanced technology sector, and a population that had very much decided they liked things the way they were. Meanwhile, China grew into an economic superpower that had also very much decided Taiwan was theirs. Come home. We're fine here, thanks. We insist. We really are fine. This is non-negotiable. We make semiconductors now. We're listening. Today, Taiwan produces over 60% of the world's advanced semiconductors. The chips inside your phone, your laptop, your car, your everything. Which means Taiwan isn't just a political flashpoint. It's the single most important piece of industrial real estate on the planet. And sitting just 100 miles away, China watches. And waits. And reminds everyone, frequently and loudly, that this is unfinished business. One China. Complicated. Extremely concerning. We have a fleet nearby. We noticed. Could everyone please calm down? No. What began as a forgotten island on the edge of a crumbling dynasty had become the most dangerous fault line in the world. Not because of ancient hatred. Not because of ideology. But because of a civil war that never officially ended, a peace that was never officially made, and a strait 100 miles wide that the whole world is pretending is wider than it actually is, Taiwan wasn't a prize anymore. It was the question nobody knew how to answer.